on it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Mute yourself. No worries.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, guys, hopefully you can hear me okay.
You're good.
Told my kids to get off of the Wi-Fi because they're all on it. We're going to talk through a few things, and then we'll circle back, and if Tanya has some things to add, obviously we'll do that too. First of all, I don't know how many of you have seen on Facebook or social media today that they will announce our health and wellness products tomorrow. So that's huge for us because we can start building.
Woo! I'm cheering, Stevens. I'm cheering.
Okay. Spirit fingers. Because we can pique interest and we can build like crazy. When I was in Kansas City this weekend, there's two things I really focused on. We're gonna mute Chris's house. They sound awesome though. The lessons sound good. Two things I focused on this weekend in Kansas City. One of them was the whole idea, and Tanya and I have talked about this a million times on Zooms, but also just between the two of us. People are looking for a place to belong. They're looking for a place to land. They're looking for people who have their back, who are positive, and accept them as themselves, if that makes sense. So as we're doing sit downs and as we're doing three-way calls and just meeting people out and about, we need to take the idea of closing someone out of our vocabulary. I feel like you all can disagree with me at any point, but I don't want to be closed. And I don't want my friends to be closed, if that makes sense. Closed as a prospect. So when we are introducing someone to Nerium or when we are doing a three-way call, we really need to think about it more along the process of, I want to invite you to something to see what I do. I don't want to go alone. I'd love for you to come. If you're doing a live event, you guys, girls don't even go to the bathroom by themselves. It's okay if you invite someone to a market party. So just saying, that's how girls are. So invite people to live events, let the leaders do the work for you. And then, and I still do this. Like Noelle will be here next Tuesday, and I would invite a prospect and say, I don't really want to show up alone because I'm a leader. Will you go with me? I'll buy them a drink. It's not going to hurt them. So definitely just invite people if it's a live event and get people there. If it's an RRP, make it fun. Girls' night. You want to do eye serum demos. You want to do samples. You want to keep it fun with your friends. Nobody, and Tanya has said this too, nobody signs up for another job. No, ma'am. So I didn't leave my job for a job, if that makes sense. So we want to make this fun for people. We want to make this a place where they can belong. Most people work a job, but it's their work people. You know what I mean? They don't have those people that they can text or call when their life falls apart where you can be like, hey, I need you. That's where Nerium comes in. And I know that sounds nuts, but like when my dad passed away, it was not my other friends who were calling and supporting me. It was the people on here, honestly, who had my back. Your Nerium family will be there. And if you don't know that yet, you need to plug in a little bit more because we really are there for you if you plug in. Our team was doing a text thread this morning, some of our leaders, and Carissa, I think, posted it, and it said, basically each of us are a drop, but together we're an ocean, and I 100% believe that. We can move better as a group than we can by ourselves. And I feel like it's a message I'm supposed to hear because I listened to a sermon yesterday and it was on there. Carissa posted that and I was like, okay, Lord, I hear you. So we cannot survive without a group, whatever you want to call it. If it's your squad, if it's your group, like I don't care if it's you, whatever you want to call it. But we have got to have people who are like-minded and have our backs to be successful in everything we do. It's a fact. That's what this Zoom is about, you guys. This is not about us taking time out of your night. We want you to connect and we want you to have a place to land where we can train, but where everyone fits. That's the point of this. So as you're introducing people for three-way calls or sit-downs or things like that.
Kate, you're freezing up a little.
Okay.
A little bit, just so you know.
Okay. Maybe if I move.
Yell at the boys.
I know. Camden, are you on? No? There's Camden. Hopefully they're off of. We're just going to throw things away in the middle of the Zoom. It's fine. All right. Gracious. Anyway, hopefully our Wi-Fi picks up here. But really, as you're introducing people, and I did this tonight when I did my 3-way call with Tanya. I've known this lady for years and years, and I didn't say, hey, I don't really know all the facts. I need you to talk to my friend Tanya, because she'd be like, that's not even real. She knows I know the information, just like a lot of you do. But I said, I had mentioned Tanya when I did our sit down. And so I just said, do you remember the person I talked to you about? She's a great friend of mine. I want to introduce you to her so you would know if you choose to do something like this, you know someone else who'd be helping you. Because I said, we love who we get to do this business with. You have to meet her. She's great. That's what I said. You know what I mean? And I said, if this isn't for you, that's totally fine, but you have to meet her. She's awesome. And we just both chatted with her. We laughed. She's going to look at stuff when she takes her daughter to dance tonight. And she said, I like knowing that I have help. That's all we're doing. You don't use an expert because you all don't know the information. You use an expert so that they know that someone beyond just you will help them. It doesn't matter if you're Jeff Olson. They're going to want to know they have more help. Okay? It's a fact. Because everybody feels better with the whole group. So that is the purpose kind of why.
Well, and Kate, tell them this too. Her biggest issue was she does not want to fail. She goes, I'll do Nerium. I just want to know that I'm not going to fail. Well, what's going to help her not fail? Help more people than just Kate. So that's huge. Kate met the need. And she told me that before we got on the call. She said, hey, she just doesn't want to suck at this. And I was like, okay, I can reassure her that she doesn't have to, because none of us have to. We each have control and power in our own businesses. Sorry, but I loved that point, Kate.
No, that was good. So I feel like listen to your prospects, number one. We're not trying to close them. We just want to offer them something. And if they don't want to do it, and I almost texted Tanya on the call because I had told my friend, I said, listen, the best part about Nerium is no one's going to push you. You make the decision that's best for you and your family. And then Tanya literally said, there's no pressure here. If you don't want to do this, it's totally fine. And I was like, yes, because we both said the same thing. We're offering her something. She gets to decide what she does. That's why Nerium's awesome, because it's not so dang pushy. Just saying. Okay, so I'm watching the time, hoping that I'm not freezing too much. One of the other things that we talked about this weekend, and the reason I say it is everyone who was at the training in Kansas City had been in the business quite a while. There was no new brand partners. And so I was able to just say, hey, let's not forget why we do the how-tos. We know how to do this business. Even some of you who are newer on here, you know how to hand out a bottle, pretty sure. So the reason we do 3-way calls and the reason we're doing the how-tos is people are looking for something. They just maybe don't know that the answer to their prayer is skincare, because I sure did not know that. I was not looking for skincare to answer my prayers. We'll just be honest. And yet here we are. So offer it up. One thing though, before we are going to do a quick 3-way call training. And if you've done a million 3-way calls and you're yawning, take an EHT, take one for the team. We're going to do it anyway, because I think it's good for all of us to hear. Because raise your hand if you get that like fluttery panic attack every time you go to do a 3-way call. I still do. Yep. So we're going to do this so that you hear it enough times that you feel better every time you do a call. Okay, I was less panicky this time because I know them both very well, so I felt fine. But that's why we practice. So, I hate when it says my connection's unstable. The purpose behind us really kicking it in gear in April, and I'm calling it No Excuses April. Okay, no excuses. So we're about to have a funeral for our excuses. We're burying those bad boys, because guess what? Excuses are literally just doubts that you're giving energy to. You're putting your doubts into words. That's what excuses are. So I'm going to just encourage you to be really open-minded and don't say, well, I can't do that. That's not what I do. Ooh, I'm not doing that. Let's just be open-minded and try new things in April. And let's say HS. Let's give it a whirl. See what happens. Okay. So one thing we are going to talk about is 3-way calls. It is one of the easiest ways for us to help you. I have done 3-way calls standing in the produce aisle at the grocery store. I've done 3-way calls, oh Lord, many different places. I know Tanya can do them standing on her head. Like we can do 3-way calls anywhere. So definitely that's something we want to do. And a lot of you are doing sit downs, which I think is so powerful because you're connecting with that person. You're doing coffee. It's much easier, but we still want to help you be able to get us on the phone. So we're going to talk through that. But you all know tomorrow we will have health and wellness products announced. And I know we already were excited about that. So I would say tonight, yes, Ann, I'll shoot the guns for you. Ann goes, you're such a cheerleader. I'm like, I know, I am. It's a legitimate fact. I am a cheerleader. We are going to run with our hair on fire. I don't care how much time you have to put into Nerium. If it's 20 minutes a day, you run with your hair on fire for 20 minutes. You do what you can and what fits in your schedule. But with this health and wellness, you all are literally attached to a brand new Nerium. And if you've seen the post today, like I cannot wait for tomorrow for them to announce what the new products are. And Jeff Olson's doing it on my birthday because I think he loves me best. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that's why. He just probably doesn't know who I am, but that's fine. So anyway, we will find out tomorrow. And I want you guys, we don't need to blow up Facebook all day, but I want you to post something about it. Just something. It can be, you don't have to copy everyone else's. It can be something really subtle, but do something because people need to know that you're a part of Nerium. I am always reluctant to post because I feel like no one's going to comment. Yes, I've made 6 figures with the company. I still get nervous. And I hit post anyway, and by God, I get a customer every darn time. So put something out there tomorrow because you have friends and family who could give a rip about anti-aging skincare. But they're looking for health and wellness products. The 3-way call I was on tonight, she is a nurse, and she's been reading the white papers about EHT. And you guys, she's like, that product is phenomenal. She goes, it's absolutely amazing. She goes, yes, it works, but she goes, the science behind it is mind-blowing. I don't know the science behind it. I just know I like it. But when you have someone outside who reads that and sees the documentation we have and knows it's amazing, you guys, it's huge. So just have absolute faith in the products that are coming out and what they will do for us. But we need to have open mouth, open business about this, just like Tanya says. So that's step one. Be excited. Huh?
Okay.
What?
You were breaking up.
Okay.
Say the first step again.
Oh Lord. You expect me to remember that. Hold on. I'm not kidding. I don't even think. Words just come out. There's no filter in here whatsoever. So when they announce the products tomorrow, think of some kind of a post. You can beg, borrow, and steal, copy from someone else. But let's post something and then make a list of people you've possibly reached out to who, you guys, basically this gives you an invitation to reach back out to everyone and say, hey, guess what? So this gives you a free invitation to do that. I might join from my phone so that this goes better. Okay, can you hear me better?
Yeah, if you were going to take any longer, I was going to sing Amazing Grace since we're having a funeral for excuses.
Well, I think you should. I would like to hear that song, please. Okay, can you hear me better?
Yes, it's better.
Oh, praise. All right, we're doubling up tonight, people. Okay, so like I said, products announced, do your post, make your list. This gives you permission to reach out to every single person not like a crazy pants, but every single person, and just say, oh my gosh, guess what? And then let them know that these new products have been announced. So based on the science we already have, I'm really, really excited to see what's coming. They've given us clues on corporate hits. We're ready to rock. That's huge. And as you're doing, we have several people interested, I know, in the business who are sitting on the outskirts. I have a prospect. She and her boyfriend have been taking 100 years to get started. Maybe 2 weeks, but it feels like 100 years. You all get me. And I reached out today and I said, hey girl, guess what? They're announcing products tomorrow. Where are you at with this? Because I need her to get going. Okay. So I reached out and just said that. It gave me something else to say instead of where you at. And that was, just use this. This is your business. Treat it like one. Don't wait for people to reach out to you. You are going to have to reach out, but this is huge. So be excited for tomorrow. There's going to be posts like crazy. So just follow people and definitely do what they have to do. So we're going to talk through three-way calls because it's 8:20 and I'm just blabbing away here. Obviously the importance of three-way calls we know is about using an expert, but we also know it has to do with introducing them to someone else on your team. Because ultimately, we don't want any of you to have to give your friends a commercial, okay? I don't want you to be sitting at Starbucks and telling the history of Nerium to your friends. That's going to be awkward every time you see them after that. So the purpose of a three-way call is to help you retain friendships and introduce them to other people on the team who will help them, okay? So we're going to talk through some scenarios. I just feel like it's helpful to have some scenarios and to kind of demo this through. I know Nerium University talks about how to do a three-way call, but I think really working through it is very helpful. So in a few minutes, Elise and I are going to demo it. We did one the other day, only I was wildly distracted by Finn, and so I kept talking, so this one will be much better. So we will demo that. When you are doing a three-way call with a sit-down, and I've said this before, I had really good success at the beginning because I literally knew nothing else other than put them on a three-way call. I used to, someone would say, I want to sample a bottle. And when I went to drop off product, I would take 3 minutes and I would say, I'm on my way, watch this quick so that you know what you're trying. So they'd watch the video while I drove over. And then when I got there, I would walk in their house. It wasn't like a cute little, I'm not going to leave the bag on your doorknob because that's $100 bottle of product. So I would walk it in their house and I would say, girl, okay, really quick. I want to make sure I didn't always say girl, let's be honest, but I want to make sure you know how to use this. And I don't want to talk at you because you're a good friend of mine. I'm going to throw my friend Tanya on the phone with you. Now, I had texted Tanya. We don't do surprises as well in Nerium. So I had texted her, but I used to say, I'm going to have her tell you about the company so you know what you're putting on your face. If you make the assumption that it's good to know about what you're using on your face, your prospects will be like, oh yeah, I probably should pay attention to this. Because it makes it sound like if they don't care about the science, that they're kind of weird, right? Just throw it out there. So I used to say, I want you to know what the company, or more about the company, you know what you're using on your face. Most people will agree with you and think, yes, I should actually know this. So I would look at that phone and laugh like I got $100 bill for every time I laughed. And she is wildly funny, so she is. It's true. But I would zero in on that call because I wanted my prospect zeroed in on that call. And I would let her do the work. And then I would say, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for you to use this. What do you think? Well, most of them were so excited because she has such great energy. They were so excited about what Nerium could do for us that I had 3 of them, I think, in my second month were making a list before I left their house because they were ready to get started. And it's not because I did anything magic. I just dropped a bottle off and put her on the phone over and over and over and over because I didn't know how to do this business. So if you want to go fast, that's one way that'll work. But if you're doing a sit down, you have two options. Sorry, I'm looking. But if you're doing a sit down, you pretty much have two options as far as getting a call in. Option one is you are going to put eye serum on them, chat a little bit, and say, you know what, I don't want to sit here and give you a commercial because we're friends. I'm going to introduce you to my friend Elise. She's been really successful. She's in her 20s. She's awesome. You just have to hear her story. She's so funny. Hey, Elise, we'll throw her on the phone, whatever. Okay. Very calm and fine and fun. I went to a sit down before where I put eye serum on someone and I thought I was going to just get a customer. Right. And she leaned in and she goes, how did you quit your job? And I was like, oh, this is going to be a different kind of sit down. So I can't remember who I called, but I called someone, put her on the phone quick, and she signed up that night. Use your experts. I can't promise that they'll always sign up that night, but I can promise it will make the process go much more quickly. So what we will do is obviously step one, you can text us from a sit down and say, my prospect's really interested, who's free? And if you text a few of us, that really helps. And then if you're in a panic, I've actually done this once. Let's say your prospect won't shut their little mouth and you're trying to transition them to a call and they won't stop talking. And you're kind of like, what do I do? You can text one of your leaders and say N11, and it's like Miriam emergency. I'm pretty sure there's no such thing as a skincare emergency, but you can text us that, N11, and one of us will call you. And that's when you put on your Oscar award-winning acting skills and you say, oh my gosh, crazy. I was just meeting with Suzanne. She's trying the eye serum right now. That's nuts that you called. Actually, you know what? While you're on the phone, would you mind sharing a little about the company with her just so I'm not sitting here talking her ear off? And you just act like, well, I'll be darned. What a coincidence. I cannot believe Kate just called while I was at a sit down. It's okay to do that. You're not lying because chances are they'll get started in the business. They'll know you did it and they'll laugh and say, that's genius, right? It is. So if you ever get stuck, text one of us and we will call. But maybe text more than one of us in case we don't see it right away, okay? Otherwise, you'll be like, really N11 because you'll be in big trouble. So text a couple of us. We will help you. The other option, of course, like I said, it's to do a regular three-way call when you're sitting with them or text us N11 and we'll help you out one way or another. I had a prospect once who kept talking and I couldn't do a transition. And so I texted Tanya and had her just call me. Much, much easier. So just know that there is a backup and we've got you. So Elise and I are going to practice the three-way call pretty quickly, just so you all see how the transition is done. She is much better at it than I am. I'm going to nominate her for Nerium University someday because she needs to do it. But she's awesome. We practiced it the other night and I thought, yeah, we could definitely be training on this. So we will do this. Take notes if you want to. The most important thing, you guys, is quit trying to follow a script. I know they train on so many different ways to say things. You need to do what works for you. That's the most important thing. So we'll kind of do this the way it works for us, but listen to the little things. Elise is going to be the brand partner who's getting someone on a three-way call because she rocks at it. And listen to the little things she says. And I think you'll realize that none of us have any reason to feel weird about putting someone on a three-way call because we're not going to make it that way. Okay? We promise we're going to talk to your friends like real people and we're not going to make it weird. So you can trust us. So we are going to practice that. I was hoping Tori was on just because she's already played this game with us, but I don't know if I see her. Okay, perfect. So Suzanne, do you want to play this game with us? Okay, I'm going to unmute you. Okay, perfect. So Suzanne is going to be the prospect who likes the product a lot. Elise is going to be the brand partner and I will be the expert. So this could either be wildly successful or huge entertainment, okay? So buckle up because we'll see what we do here. But I think role playing is one of the best things you can do to learn. All right. So, Elise, do you want to start us off, sister?
Yeah. Okay. Ring, ring, ring to Suzanne.
Hello.
Hi, Suzanne. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Hey, I know you're busy with your girls, so I won't take up a ton of your time. But I did just want to give you a little more info and some more details on the company and whatnot. And I actually was just texting my good friend Kate, who I do this with, and she is awesome in the company. She is one of my good friends too, and she's super hilarious, and you guys would get along really, really well. So I'm actually just going to put her on the phone with us too, so she can just tell you a little bit more. I'll be on the phone with you, so it's not like I'm just throwing you off with her. But just one second, I'm just going to click over to her really quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, and then I call Kate, and I say, ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi. Hey, so I have Suzanne on the phone. I know I sent you some info. She's seen the Nerium This Is It video, and she is just asking a few more questions. So I will put her on the phone with us. 1 second.
Okay.
Awesome. Suzanne, are you still there?
I am.
Perfect. This is Kate. Like I said, she's just going to give you a little bit more details and info. And if you have any questions, she can answer anything. She's awesome, like I said. So take it away, Kate.
Hey, Suzanne, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So how do you know Elise?
We went to high school together, and we were on cheer squad together.
Oh my gosh, I was a cheer coach. That's crazy. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what have you seen so far that you're interested in as far as Nerium goes? What's piqued your interest?
Well, I actually sampled the product once and loved it and bought the night cream, and I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I used it for the 30 days and then realized that I couldn't afford it. I was interested in the business at the time, but it just wasn't going to happen. And so I returned the bottle, got my $90 back, and then fast forward almost a year later, and I have someone else asking me to sample, and I know I just need to do it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, number one, I love that you use the 30-day money back to your benefit.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. We're definitely meant to have met each other. I'm also a bargain shopper. So you're a stay-at-home mom. How old are your kids?
They just turned 2.
Oh my gosh. Girls or boys?
2 girls, twins, Kai and Rowan.
Oh my gosh. Well, you have to text me a picture when we're off of this because I am a baby person.
Sure.
So anyway, I love that you guys, the reason we do that, we have to meet them where they're at. So plus her girls are adorable. All right. So you obviously are asking questions. You've seen the information, and this is where I kind of do my spiel. I'm going to tell you about how I got started with Nerium. This is super casual, so just ask questions as they pop in your head. Sound good?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to talk, and I'm going to ask her if she has any questions, and we'll handle that part. And then what the expert will do before we transition back is we will set it up. We'll tee it up for you so that you know what to do next. So especially if you're brand new in the business, we don't just say, okay, thanks, bye, and you have to figure out what to do. Okay, so we'll help with that part. So, okay, Suzanne, well, I know you've tried products. I know you've heard tons of information at this point. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, you'd rather have a root canal, in the words of my great friend Tanya, or 10 being, I cannot wait to get started. Let's go. Where do you feel like you're at?
Oh, probably an 11.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, perfect. Well, number one, welcome to the team. If you're an 11, I love that. And what we'll do is I'll have Elise help you get signed up. And then as soon as you're signed up, she'll send you my phone number. Send me a text and say, I'm signed up. And then let's set up a time and we can chat, because the thing I love most about Nerium is you do not have to figure out the how-tos. You don't have to know what you're doing here because you have us. So just send me a text and we'll kind of set up a game plan to do your first steps so that you feel 100% confident in getting started with this, because we obviously want to help you make extra money and be home with your girls and whatever you want to do from this. So does that sound good?
It sounds amazing.
Oh my gosh. Well, it was so good meeting you. I'm going to let you and Elise chat, but thank you for taking a few minutes tonight and hopping on the phone.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, ladies. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited, Suzanne. You will do amazing here. But I won't, like I said, I won't keep you. I will message you after this, my website, and then we can kind of just text back and forth and get your info put in and get you started. And like I told you before, you get your website right then, and we can start making you money. So I will text you right after this, and we will get you going. Sound good?
Oh, I'm ready.
Yay! Well, we'll be in touch. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay. I'm just gonna fill in here, guys. So, as the brand partner here, at the end, don't keep talking for like 5-10 minutes. Like, don't be like, oh my gosh, what do I say next? Like Kate said, we're going to tee you up to whatever you need to do. She's going to send you her website, or she's going to send you another video, or she's going to send you a bottle if they haven't tried. You don't have to be like, oh my gosh, what do I do next? Just listen to what any of us tell you on the phone, because we will give you your next step. And don't keep talking and undo what we did. Putting it nicely. So yeah, just keep it short and sweet at the end. And then go from there and follow up with them afterwards.
Yes. No, that's 100% perfect. And then, and we did record one of these the other day that I have on my YouTube channel, I guess. And if someone were to say, well, I think right now I'm just interested in product, then obviously I say, okay, awesome. You chat with Elise, and Elise said, I will send you an eye serum sample so you can try it. We have that in there as well. But really, did you guys see how we just make it fun? Now, granted, if every person we talked to was an 11 and ready to go, heck yeah, we'd all be in Mexico right now. But guess what? If you let us do the talking, we can get more of them to that point. I think most of you know my story, but I wanted to order product. I wanted the Nerium Firm. Hello, why wouldn't you? And my friend said, well, I want you to hear about the company because I know you'll care about the science. You guys, I could give a rip about the science. But she made me feel smart by saying that I would want to hear about the science. Okay, perfect. So, she put me on a quick call with me. I felt uncomfortable. I didn't know to put it on speaker, so my husband was listening at the same time. And by the end of the call, I knew I wanted to do the business. So you never know what your prospects will want to do. And we've talked about this on several of our Zooms, and I did a video. We cannot prejudge people because we have no clue what they're desperately hoping for. And so for whatever reason, sometimes when you add an expert into the mix, they will tell the expert things that they haven't even told you. I don't know why. It's human nature. I mean, I know Jen on here is a social worker, and so she gets that. But for whatever reason, when they put an extra person on, they'll spill their guts. I don't know. And they'll tell us what they need. So put us to work. I don't want to take much more time. I would just say, number one, be wildly excited for the next day because we have huge, wildly excited, even if you have to do jumping jacks every morning. Number two, make a new list so you have something to work from. If you go into your back office, you can print a fast chart game plan like you did at the beginning that has all the lists. You can print another one of those. We just need to be very intentional in April to do the RRPs, do sit downs, do all that activity. So even if not much comes from it, which it always does, but even if not much does, you have this funnel that is absolutely bursting for May 1st when those products come out. So we're going to do No Excuses April. Tanya can sing Amazing Grace at the funeral for your excuses. And we are just going to try things. You know what? If you do a sit down and you do a 3-way call and it turns into a hot mess, guess what? Laugh. You're human. It is okay. We have zero expectations, but we need 100% activity. We need everyone to be in activity mode. And then guess what? The right people will come to your business. I think everyone on this Zoom is here for a purpose. I truly, truly do. None of you decided to jump in with Nerium by accident. We may not have known at the time, but I think we're all here for a reason. So just have fun. People are not signing up for a job. People want to have fun and they want to have a group that they can belong to that will help them. So take the pressure off yourself. I have my little, Tanya is worried I'm unbuttoning my shirt again. I'm not. I have my little key right here, and it says let go. You have to let go of worry and anxiety, and I'm the queen of that, but you have to let go of it and not care about what will come of the activity. Just do the activity. And if we can all do that, huge things are going to come, because you're going to have fun and you're not going to put off the desperate vibes. So just have fun. Let's rock it out. This is recorded, obviously, so I will get that sent out. I will pass it back to Tanya, but does anyone have questions about any three-way call things before we wrap it up? Okay, well, you can text me. You can text Tanya if you have any specific questions about any of that.
Hey, Kate, I think Megan had one. Megan kind of raised her hand. Could you unmute Megan?
Yeah, I got to find her. This is like the biggest Brady Bunch.
She may be hard to find because she's all the way in Australia.
She's down under. Oh, I found you. Yes. Hi.
I have trouble getting people on three-way calls.
Okay.
Like I've got 5 people that have expressed interest in becoming brand partners, but I'm stuck.
So I guess I'll just tell you what I would do, and then keep asking questions if that doesn't answer it. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So what I would do is, if you we're going to pretend one of them is named Becky. Pretend that Becky is very interested in the business. Just send her a text or a message and say, Becky, when would you be free tomorrow night? You can say tonight, but obviously you have more time left. So you could say, when would you be free tonight? And say, I just want to take a couple of minutes to chat with you, because I know you've expressed interest in Miriam. So I want you to have a few more facts so that you can think on it.
Go, please, go. Thank you.
And,
sorry, I've got someone trying to get my attention.
You're fine.
Yes. One of the potential brand partners is concerned she doesn't have a big enough network.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So what I always do, like the girl who I just put on the phone tonight, she sent me a text, and verbatim, she literally said, is there a book called How Not to Suck at This? So that's what she texted me. And I said, well, number 1, you'll have me. And I said, number 2, when are you free so we can chat? I'll give you some details and then you can think about it. So I gave her that out. And then when I called her tonight, I said, I want you to have the facts, but I want you to hear from somebody else as well, so that you know you'll have help.
Yes.
And then I said, I want to introduce you to my friend Tanya. I'll put her on the phone with us. So I didn't tell her Tanya was going to happen until she and I were already on the phone.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to say, I'm going to let you talk to my friend Tanya, because then she probably wouldn't answer when I called her.
Okay.
Because people are funny that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Megan, another thing that I do, we call it feel, felt, found. And I always want them to know the way that they're feeling, whether it's I don't have a large network, or I don't know enough people, or I never get out of my house. I can never talk to anybody. You want to make them feel super normal. And you want to somewhat relate with them. So what I normally say is, I know how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the exact same way. But what I found was, and then you can address whatever their issue is. Because when I got started, I honestly did not think that I knew enough people. So if somebody were to say that to me, it would be 100% accurate, because I really didn't have a huge circle of friends when I started this. No judging, people. I see some judgy eyes. No judgy eyes. But so when I would say, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. But you would be amazed at the people that you know that are already purchasing products that they're not happy with. They're not seeing the results that they want to see. They're going to come out of the woodwork. And I also would say to them too, I didn't even have family members that could afford our products, which is another reason why I really need to do this business, because I knew I needed to help my family. So feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the exact same way, but this is what I found. And then you can also transition into a 3-way call with that and say, this is what I found. The more information you get about what we do is going to make it easier for you to decide if this is for you. Hold on one second. I want to get my friend on the phone. Bam. 3-way call.
Yep. Thank you.
Make it painless.
Yep. I'm making my excuses, but my support team's in the US, so that's my excuse.
Yeah, not anymore. We're having a funeral. Yeah. Amazing grace. Okay, there you go.
All right, so if we are good, I'm going to let you all go because we need time to make our list before we go to bed. It was so good to see your faces on tonight. Hopefully you could follow me because like I said, sometimes I don't know what's coming out of my mouth. So thank you guys. So crazy excited for what's coming tomorrow. It's like they have never told us what the products are before they come out, ever. So be prepared, be excited. When you are excited, people are drawn to you because most people in the world are wildly negative. So be excited, let's have fun, and rock it out. And sleep tonight. I'm not going to, but the rest of you try because we're about to get to work. All right, love you guys.
Way to go, Stevens. Way to go, Suzanne and Elise. You guys rock. Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.